Is Maduro like a really big guy? Why does he look so much bigger than all the people around him? He looks like those AI memes of the fucking giant tattooed American prisoners in the massive fucking restraints, like breaking their chains.
On every federal count before this court, you are hereby sentenced to 42,500 years in federal prison.
42,500 years! Remove these straps and say it again!
Netflix Caracas for the next 10 years. 10 years, 1,000 years, Netflix Caracas. Mark Wahlberg. He will eat so well. Mandatory Venezuelan refugee girlfriend. It's so fucking mental how these American right-wingers are so primitive, bro. They're so fucking brain rotted. Like, they're literally doing the thing. Oh, let's celebrate the very illegal military operation, and then right after, let's talk about how much we want their women.
As Secretary Rubio has said, there is no war against Venezuela or its people. We are not occupying a country.
Special military operation.
Law enforcement.
How is Trump going to be in charge then? Trump said they're going to be in charge of things until things are chill. Oh, how? How? Did you think you can just kind of say things?
Operation. In furtherance of lawful indictments that have existed for decades. The United States arrested a narco-trafficker who is now going to stand trial.
You know, if for nothing else, you know, now that it's happened, you can't really undo it unless, unless Maduro gets pardoned or some shit. Oh God. Unless they pardon Maduro for whatever reason. If Maduro blames Chavez voting machines for his election numbers in 2024, Trump might start to respect him. But we will start to learn one valuable lesson, right? We're probably going to, because I think when people have this idea of a country that's going south and they're like, well, what if only this one bad guy could have been Thanos snapped, you know, if only Hitler could have been killed, if only Saddam could have just been fucking like in a video game, if only Trump, joke. But I don't think there's ever been an example of when it's happened just so quickly as Maduro, right? It's happened so quickly. There was, first of all, the bombing of the drug boats, and that was, what, September? And then they seized a couple of oil vessels. Some of them were false flagged or stateless. Other ones were definitely not. And now they just dropped in a bunch of special forces, jank style, bombed a few places, picked up the leader and left. It was over in a few hours. Which is kind of amazing. Again, before we get into all the bad things about it, we'll say one nice thing. Okay, just one. They get one nice thing. It is amazing just how things have come along in terms of how militaries progress in their capabilities. In the very beginning of the Iraq War, during the shock and awe campaign, the coalition forces had a list of targets. They had about 55 targets that were all heads of government or heads of the military, right? And one of these targets was Saddam Hussein. They have the 55 targets, and they are being tracked mainly through intercepting telephone signals, like mobile phone signals, and very 2003 GPS. So they launched the strikes. Every single one of them missed. Not one of the 55 targets were killed. They all escaped. Turned out this targeting was just very poor. It was like you could be like hundreds of meters off even with the GPS tracing people's phone signals. And obviously the people knew that their phones were going to get them in trouble. So some people just hid their phones away or gave them to someone else. So yeah, that was the fact that they went from that to being able to go to Venezuela, drop in some dudes, and then pick up the leader and leave. If nothing else, it is at very least militarily impressive. I think Mark Wahlberg is going to be eating very well for the next 10 years with the amount of films they're going to make about this. And for whatever reason, the dumbest person in the operation, the most brain-dead, attention-seeking dipshit is going to be the one who does all the documentary appearances and interviews, like the fucking guy who was in the special forces who claims to be the one who shot bin Laden, right? You know, I can't remember his name, but he's in every documentary about catching bin Laden. And he also goes on Pierce sometimes. And he is just the total thick as mince fucking grunt retard that you could ever, like typical soldier dipshit. I can't, like, the town that bin Laden was hiding in was called Abbottabad, which is just the worst name for a city to be spoken about by an American soldier, right? Because you have to watch this documentary listening to this fucking prick being like, there's a lot of things bad about Abada bad. There's a reason they don't call it. There's a reason they don't call it Abada good. Like that stupid American grunt laugh where they don't even fucking smile. They're just gonna go. As soon as we landed in Abada bad, I knew things were about to get bad. We left the good behind when we arrived in Abada bad. I don't know, stupid, but yeah, Netflix Caracas for the next 10 years. 10 years, 1,000 years, Netflix Caracas. Mark Wahlberg. He will eat so well. Or maybe Delta's better, though, because I think it's like the different, yeah, because SEALs and Delta are a little bit different. Like, SEALs just seem to produce, like, some of the worst public figures. There was that Marcus Luttrell guy as well, who was captured by Taliban guys and just like made this there were some inconsistencies in his story, like other soldiers called out some of the stuff he had said, and he just made it about this huge like cultural appeal about fucking hard times and hard men and whatever the fuck. Said that like liberal rules and rules of engagement and gay constraint had been the thing that endangered him, but I don't know, maybe Delta forces are different, maybe. So that's okay. They did the thing that most people aren't able to do. They jumped in, got the bad guy, and left. But I mean, that's the only thing that you could say that's positive about this. Like, aside all of the international standards and the whole undermining of US soft power and international relations by just going and kidnapping a world leader, the things that Maduro has been charged with in the United States. Remember, Maduro has not invaded any American allies. He hasn't been firing fucking rockets at America. The terrorism they're accusing him of is Venezuelan cartels that he says are run by Maduro directly and are selling drugs to willing consumers in America, some of whom die, others who get it laced with fentanyl and die for that reason, right? That's like the whole thing that they're blaming fucking they're going after Maduro for. I think one of the other charges was possession of machine guns. I don't really know how that works for a world leader to own conventional weapons, but the accusation's been made. It has been made. Not to mention the other problem with, do you know the reason that like the Iraq war and the Afghanistan war, both of these regimes fell very easily, right? Getting rid of Saddam was not a big deal. Getting rid of the Taliban was not a big deal. The reason they had troops staying there for so long is because getting rid of one bad guy is not the solution to the problem. The current acting president of Venezuela is Maduro's deputy, right? His vice president. And she's kind of a bit of an oddball. Power has not been transferred over to the Peace Prize winner who Trump was initially championing. Like, that person's fucked. Trump seems to be recognizing this person who's in charge now, and their relation is very up and down, or even just over the last 72 hours. Yeah, she does believe that the U.S. attack had Zionist undertones. So there is a real question to be asked here as well about, like, we know, for example, like, it's just as well they didn't do this somewhere like Iran, right? Because in Iran, the reason that people like me and other people were very, very against the idea of them going after the Ayatollah personally is because we have no idea who would be the prime candidate to take over from that power vacuum. And with Iran, we do have a bit of a hint. We know that a lot of the means of violence in Iran are currently in the hands of increasingly younger and more radical IRGC members, right? Like the ones who have been the most indoctrinated, the most radicalized, the ones who are far more extreme than the Ayatollah himself. And there is a big risk that if some foreign power just went in and got rid of the Ayatollah or Pezeshkian or whatever else, then the risk there is that you're leaving a power vacuum that could just as easily be taken over by people who are worse than the Ayatollah. And again, with a country that is, getting dangerously close, is dangerously edging the nuclear question, that's a big problem. That's a really big risk. The same with Russia, right? We know that if some special forces just picked up Putin and left, we know that people behind Putin are just waiting to replace that guy so they can go harder on Ukraine. The young ones are more radical. Yes, the youth of the IRGC are more radical, specifically, not the youth of Iran. The youth of the IRGC are more radical because the state invested a lot in indoctrination and education, particularly of the youthful generation, because of power vacuums and power imbalances in the previous decades. And also because there's one benefit of it, like a more radicalized IRGC is better for clamping down on protests and for crushing dissent. They have no issue with shooting protesters and kidnapping them and killing them and shit. So that's the benefit. The cost is that they are a lot more wild card than the actual old guard of Iran. They're more radical than both the first and second generation of Iran. Yeah, they're like they're like your Groiper youth. Yeah, they're a bit much. So I don't know what the case is with Venezuela. I don't know who is. I don't actually know who is more viable to take over from the power vacuum in Venezuela. Like, is Trump expecting them to just go straight to fair and free elections? Do they even have the infrastructure anymore for fair and free elections compared to what they've had in the past? I have no idea. It's just it's so bad for every conceivable reason. Like the precedent that you set with the idea of just jumping into a country, kidnapping the head of state, and then leaving again. The way that it undermines U.S. soft power, because again, people say what they want about America, but America does quite well in the world, not least of all because they actually are kind of nice to a lot of countries. Like they make friends with other countries. Like USAID is not much of America's budget, but it goes a long way in the countries that actually receive it, like places like Sudan or Mozambique or anywhere else in Africa or even parts of Asia. Oh, and not to mention their soft power influence in Eastern Europe after the fall of the Soviet Union. There's a reason that like all these European countries were begging desperately to join into NATO. It's not just because of the fear of Russia. It's because they trusted NATO. It's because they trusted America. They liked what America had done for them in terms of helping them build up after 1991. So apart from Serbia, okay, we don't talk about Serbia. So as much as I sympathize with Venezuelans, apparently there are a couple in chat as well. As much as I sympathize with Venezuelans, and if they want to be happy about Maduro getting fucked, like go for it. Maduro is a horrible, horrible, horrible dictator, okay? He is bad for the region in terms of instability. He's insanely fucking corrupt. He is a brutal dictator. He has murdered, according to the UN standards alone, at least 20,000 of his own political opponents or disappeared them. So Venezuela is like 80% thick Amazon jungle and Andes mountains. It's full of militias and cartel in those areas. You're telling me the cartel won't take advantage of a power vacuum? Well, I mean, according to Trump, the cartel is just the government. So I have no idea. I don't even think this question's been raised. Has anyone spoken about this? Anyone spoken about what we expect, like who we expect to actually to be sitting and waiting in line for Venezuela? I have no idea. No idea. But my, the trial, that will be interesting with these Hunter Biden ass charges. Oh, God. Yeah, the commentary's been quite brain rot. It's been so, I've never been more, there are not that many, usually when it comes to both sides, extremists, populists, whatever, it's usually like one side kind of monopolizes the bad take on a particular issue, right? If it's immigration, the right wing will basically monopolize. Initially, I think the left wing monopolized the shit he takes on Israel, but now that obviously the right wing are leapfrogging the shit out of them in increasing numbers with the Nazi shit. So with this one though, man, it's so unbelievable the amount of brain damage people are giving on this particular issue. The fact that like the programming of Trump supporters is so outrageous, right? It's so mad that you can see how many years have we had of no foreign intervention, no foreign wars, no new wars. And now it's Monroe Doctrine. Like I've never seen in Twitter so much unison. Actually, the Monroe Doctrine has existed since the 1830s. Like, and I thought you were against that principle. You're against the principle of the Monroe Doctrine until 72 hours ago. And then immigration, refugees, especially from South America or Central America, fucking Mexicans, no way. Also, Tommy Robinson sees one video of a fucking good-looking Venezuelan shaking her booty, and now he wants to bring fucking Venezuelan refugees into America. Isn't the point of this to not have refugees, to actually allow Venezuelans to have their country back? Dude. The Don Rowe Doctrine, hey, good one. Yeah, the programming is just, it's so unbelievably, it's so outrageous. Dude, all we need to see is like, all Tommy needs to be exposed to is like those 3 pictures that circulate online of women in Iran, like next to a sign that says please respect the hijab, and she's got her hair down and she's like showing a bit of leg like Marilyn Monroe. All we need to see is like those 3 pictures put in front of Tommy Robinson, and he will actually support Islamic immigration to the United States. It's so fucking crazy. It's so crazy. You know, increasingly in Iran there are some brave ladies who are doing the same shit, right? So, is this an AI video? Dude, I have no idea. I don't think this is AI. I don't know where this is, though, to be clear. This could be in America. This could be in Caracas. This could be in fucking Bolivia. I have no idea. It could be in Mexico. I don't know. I don't know. South America's a big continent, okay? And America's a big country as well. Venezuelans are all over the planet. You know, they're like, what did they lost like a quarter of their population over the last 10 years? 7 million people. Yeah, there's a lot of misattributed videos going. Florida, yeah, it could be easily Florida, easily. Man, what a state, man. Washington Post, what we're saying here. One of the trigonometry guys is Venezuelan. Yeah. But again, it's like, I'm sure, okay, listen, I'm sure that there are plenty of Venezuelans who are happy to see the back of Maduro. They should be. There were also a bunch of people gathering around to yank down the statue of Saddam Hussein in Iraq. There were lots of Iraqis who were really happy to see the back of Saddam. It doesn't mean that that was necessarily the best thing for the country to be done in that way. Who knows? White House sources say Venezuela's opposition leader committed the ultimate sin. She accepted the Nobel Peace Prize. If she had turned it down, I can't accept it because it's Donald Trump's. She'd be president of Venezuela, one said. Oh no. Oh no. Mandatory Venezuelan refugee girlfriend. It's so fucking mental how these American right-wingers are so primitive, bro. They're so fucking brain rotted. Like, they're literally doing the thing. Oh, let's celebrate the very illegal military operation, and then right after, let's talk about how much we want their women. It's literally, oh yeah, there's nothing like a woman after a fight. It's that's what they're saying, right? They're acting like they've just won the battle. Now let's rape the woman. Like, it's so fucking disgusting, dude. Just watching that cycle is so ridiculous. And also, it's 2 things that they're in total violation of everything they've said about both of these issues for the last 10 years. Oh yeah, nothing like a woman after a fight. Isn't that the quote? No, that's Braun from Game of Thrones. Absolute caveman filth. What's LSF saying about these developments? That's what I want to know. Immediately after the special forces, we deploy the fucking passport bros. Looking for Venezuelan wives. Dude. Okay. Let's just do, I just want to see what it's like to do an LSF scroll on our favorite commentators talking about this shit. Destiny thinks he knows more than the Venezuelan people about Maduro's capture.
What you guys think about the invasion or the kidnapping or whatever, which you should think it's horrible. Don't make the fucking...
Horrible.
Don't argue with fucking Venezuelans about this, because Venezuelans fucking hate Maduro. They're happy to see him go, and none of them are going to be criticizing Trump for these actions. And I wouldn't expect them to, so don't be fucking retarded about it.
Wait, so the the common leftist American knows more than the people about their own shit? I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, just because Venezuelans are out there celebrating doesn't mean it was good that the
No,
United
yeah.
States
The
just
United
did
States
this.
should, yeah, but it's like nobody likes Saddam Hussein either. Okay, like he was also.
Why would XQC struggle to get? How old is XQC? I thought he was a millennial. Wait, what, is he not? Is he young as fuck? Wait, how old is XQC? He's 30. XQC should know. He should know the Iraq War. No, he should. Yeah, just because you see people celebrating a dictator getting toppled, that doesn't mean it's not game over, dipshit. What the fuck? Is that not obvious?
A bad guy. Yeah, it's just fucking retarded. Like if you, because I think I even saw a few people on the subreddit. Like if you're sitting here thinking like, well, Venezuelans should understand this is bad, right? No.
Dude, I would be open to hear. You know what? If you gave me a possible actionable solution to these problems, I'm more than happy to listen. I want to see you fight the White House. Because I'm not well versed in fucking geopolitics. What would be a solution?
I thought I know XQC is a little bit. I think he's been a little bit MAGA sympathetic. I don't know how much. Again, are we suddenly of the opinion that America has to solve all the problems of every dictatorship in the world now, or like what?
That wasn't employed for the last whatever amount of years that they were in power and they shouldn't have been. How much has it been, like a decade?
That's going to be the new, isn't it? The new year, the new Destiny Hasan. It's going to be XQC and Asmongold. Hell yeah.
Decade? What was the solution? Let them be. Oh God. Okay, I'm done.
What's wrong with dude? That's American policy on most That's what we do with most dictatorships. Yeah, because trying to remove them turns out is not the greatest idea. Oh, iDubbbz seethes about people telling him to travel to the Middle East. Wait, why would he be upset about that? What? What's wrong with that?
You should go to China like Hasan. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to going to China. Nor am I opposed to going to many places. Like, all these fucking losers are always like, if you love the Middle East so much, why don't you go there? I bet you're afraid. But, yeah.
Please say that if you go there, you'll get bombed by America.
We want to. But, like many Americans, and Canadians for that matter, we do have, lives outside of, just doing things to disprove other people or whatever. What's the hype with China? Well, they're just,
Oh God, please tell me what again. I want to hear something that's not trains. Are we going to hear anything on top of high-speed rail? Anything?
The theory is
theory. Okay, that's a theory.
That they have a lot more socialist programs that allow for a much more peaceful existence.
This isn't even true. Dude. Their social spending is not. It's not high. It's not as high as a percentage of GDP. Their social spending is lower than most liberal democracies. What's he talking about? It's so stupid. Their social spending, what, trains?
Rather than scraping by day to day.
It's like they've just copy-pasted the Scandinavia arguments and put them on China. Is that what they're doing now? Why don't they just simp for Norway? I don't understand. If you want social programs and tax and spend, you want high taxes and robust social safety nets, go to talk about Scandinavia. And they don't have camps. They don't put dissidents in fucking camps, dude. Fuck me.
Okay, so...
Bah! XQC, Nick Shirley. Oh, he said the Shirley video was no way. We're going to foreign policy. Hasan makes a Russia-Ukraine situation. Oh no. A first to 2026. Oh shit. Come on, let's go. I know it. I've seen this. This was like a few hours before the before the attack.
Trump expands Latin American posturing. I don't think Trump is gonna, dude. This is gonna be a Russia-Ukraine situation, possibly, but
hell yeah.
Trump doesn't invade Venezuela.
The fucking best thing he can say now, if he hasn't already said it, is to say, "No, I was right. I was right because it was actually a special military operation, not an invasion." Just use the MAGA talking point.
Water.
Bah!
But
Oh, wait, fuck me. Soda Pop and NMP lol firing shots at Mizkit for wanting to start his own OnlyFans. Who would even go? Huh? Okay. Irrelevant responding to XQC. Destiny, fraud is fraud, whether it's black people or Somalis doing it. What a misspeak. Black people or Somalis. Asmongold, never debate that. So is this all the fucking Asmongold Destiny back and forth now? Nick Shirley, is this all we've got in Venezuela from LSF? These are all spider posts. He's so fucking, he's chugging so hard.
Chance of ever coming back. We'll run it properly. We'll run it professionally. We'll have the greatest oil
the United
companies in
States
the world
is just
going in and invest
nationalizing
billions and
Venezuela's
billions
oil.
of dollars.
Do you hear this?
And take out money, use that money in Venezuela, and the biggest beneficiary are going to be the people of Venezuela. And also,
It's
I can't
literally
stress this strongly enough.
moot.
The people that got thrown out of Venezuela,
It's moot.
that are now in the United
Good
States,
one.
and frankly, some want to stay, and some probably want to go back. Yeah.
Did you hear that shit? It's like we're gonna go in,
the country,
take the oil.
and were any of the detained Americans?
Well, right now, chance of
Gosh.
Like, this is really cool.
Hey, stop. Hype about China. We already did that one. Maybe it was posted twice to get the algorithm. Okay. To get its boost. My fucking taxpayers.
It might have been in your Discord, but someone made the point that if they like socialism and social policies, why don't they talk about Western socialist countries and programs and only talk about anti-West dictatorships?
Thanks for the $20. The problem is that it doesn't look well. One, it's just not as cool. It's not as cool to support Norway or fucking Finland or Sweden because they don't have socialist aesthetics. They deny being socialist. If you talk to, remember Bernie Sanders talking about Denmark being socialist, and then the Danish prime minister, some wanker, had to be like, "Stop calling me socialist. I'm not a socialist." Yeah, it's just. But also, if you go really far into the tanky socialist sphere, then you also believe that actually social democracies in Scandinavia are really, really bad because all they're doing is they are pacifying the masses and maintaining capitalism by giving them redistributed wealth, about only doing it through wealth that they've plundered from the third world. Which again, like you can look at the top trading partners of countries like Norway and Sweden. They're not plundering all their wealth from fucking third world countries. Like maybe fast fashion wouldn't be as much of a thing. Some consumer goods would get more expensive, but besides that, it's like they are mostly trading with other neighbors and other stable countries. But okay, that's kind of why. Asmongold, Destiny, Asmongold, Destiny. This is going to be okay. This isn't Venezuela, but why the hell not?
Yeah. Did bro forget about Kayagate, Lamau? Yeah, bro did forget about it. You want to know why bro forgot about it? Because one, it was ridiculous to begin with, and two, I've collaborated with a fuck ton of people since then. That's the whole point that I'm making. Face fans hates your guts law. I don't think that's even the
Sorry, you can collaborate with every world leader and every celebrity. That dog will never be unshocked, dude. It doesn't. That's not how that works. You can't just
case. But there are plenty who don't. There are plenty who just only look at TikTok and don't really have any fucking any opinions that they have on politics, and they think I'm like, you know, some fucking random dickhead who's always covering drama or whatever. But it doesn't.
I've got like normie friends who know nothing about this sphere who knew about Doggate. It spreads so far, and it spreads so far. That's why he keeps talking about it. He wouldn't keep talking about it if everyone had forgotten about it. He's almost like keeping it alive by trying to convince everyone that it's over. Like, fuck me. I literally had a friend who doesn't know anything about the online space, but they know a little bit tangentially, and then they sent me this link and they're, hey, don't you know this guy? I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, I do. I didn't know you knew that guy.
Doesn't matter. Ultimately, regardless of what the fan bases say, if that was the case, then Adapt and I would never collab, for example. If that was the case, I wouldn't ever collab with Your Rage. If that was the case, I would never collab with Jason. So it's just they're not. I don't think they're that. I don't think they're that audience captured.
Okay. Oh, we're back to like 4 days ago now because these are top posts. Okay, there's not going to be Venezuela discourse from 4 days ago. Idiot. What is Mr. Trump saying? Sorry for that little tangent. God. We got massively diverted there. Trump warns the new leader.
Donald Trump has issued a warning to the new leader of Venezuela, saying in an interview that if she doesn't do what's right, she's going to pay a very big price, probably bigger than Maduro. He's referring, of course, to the dramatic nighttime capture of President Nicolas Maduro and his wife this weekend, seized by U.S. Special Forces in the capital, Caracas, and transferred to New York ahead of a court appearance tomorrow.
All these fucking pictures as well. Like, it's so intentional for the fucking humiliation and shit.
On narco-terrorism and drug trafficking charges. But the woman who's now been sworn in by Venezuela's Supreme Court as interim leader, Delcy Rodriguez, has already criticized America, demanding Maduro's release.
What a rough morning, eh? For Maduro.
And saying Venezuela will defend itself. We'll have the latest from the capital, Caracas, and take a look at the wider implications of the events of the last 36 hours with Jeremy Bowen. But first, Tom Bateman has our top story tonight from Washington.
Nicolas Maduro, handcuffed, appearing to limp and surrounded by drug enforcement agents, taken down in the eyes of the Trump administration from president to perpetrator. Still, there was a New Year nod to the waiting camera.
Good night. Happy New Year.
Crowds waited outside the notorious New York jail, where he now faces charges of running a violent cocaine trafficking empire, a claim he's always rejected as a front for regime change. Now, an attempt by the US to coerce his allies that remain in power. Mr. Trump's top diplomat, Marco Rubio, long a hawk on Venezuela, says its leaders have to end drug smuggling and let in American oil companies.
We are not going to be able to allow in our hemisphere a country that becomes a crossroads for the activities of all of our adversaries around the world. We just can't allow it. We can't have a country where the people in charge of its military and in charge of its police department are openly cooperating with drug trafficking organizations. We're not going to allow that.
His vice president has taken over. It's so dumb, man. It's so dumb.
A freewheeling
conversation. We've got a nice Air Force One convo with Trump now. More recent one, I think.
Reporters aboard Air Force One as Donald Trump made his way back to Washington.
Let's get some plane noises.
The U.S. president's return comes following the
Justin Trudeau
capture of Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro and his wife. While questions swirl over the legality of the U.S.'s actions in Caracas, they're being justified by Trump.
This isn't a country like where you have to travel 24 hours in an airplane. This is Venezuela. It's in our area, the Monroe Doctrine.
Donald Trump effectively swapping out the 19th century Monroe Doctrine for a world order built around great power spheres of influence.
This is Trump law.
The U.S. president suggesting the United States.
I'm just waiting for. Is this not a violation of international law? No, we don't talk about. We don't talk about international law. This is Trump law.
Yet done getting its neighborhood in order.
Colombia is very sick too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States. And he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
What does that mean? He's not going to be doing it very long?
He's not doing it very long. He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it very long.
So there will be an operation by the U.S.
It sounds good to me. Yeah. You know why? Because they kill a lot of people. Yeah.
Colombia's president.
It's just war on drugs, but they're just like invading the. It's so crazy, man. You know, the problem comes from within, right? Like, Americans love drugs. They love partying and they love taking drugs. You know that homegrown legal highs or homegrown whatever else can replace the drugs. It's not. God.
Says his country is ready to take up arms in the face of threats from Washington. Donald Trump, meanwhile, also hinted that with the United States running Venezuela, the days of authorities in Cuba are numbered.
But Cuba now has no income. They got all of their income from Venezuela, from the Venezuelan oil. They're not getting any of it. And Cuba literally is ready to fall.
Donald Trump also reiterated the U.S. needed Greenland from a national security standpoint.
God, it's so cute. Look at it. To be fair, this is what a lot of Scotland looks like right now.
Reiterated the U.S. needed Greenland from a national security standpoint. The latest threat comes weeks after he named a special envoy to the autonomous territory of Denmark, and after the wife of one of Trump's senior aides posted a map of Greenland on social media in the colors of the American flag and captioned it with the word soon.
Was the war on drugs successful? Well, no, but maybe Trump believes it's because they didn't actually go to war on the drugs. They didn't invade the drugs and bomb the drugs. That's what they should have. Apparently, that's the logical through line, isn't it? That's the through line. War on drugs. They never did a war on drugs, did they? They said a fake war, a gay war, one might say. Nuke is such a cool place. Is that how you say it? Do you just say nuke? Nuck. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Oh, I've got a little pop-off as well from a semi-familiar guy. I think we've debated him once on like a long-ass panel. I was talking about the weird doublethink from MAGA, or it's not really a doublethink. It's just it's just cult, it's just cult behavior. He doesn't understand American greatness because he's used to a government arresting people for mean tweets. What, as opposed to deporting someone when even your Supreme Court says that you shouldn't have with Abrego Garcia? Again, what's the greatness? Do you know what else is American greatness? I'll show you. I'll show you another familiar instance of American greatness. This was American greatness.
Everyone's focus fell on the statue of Saddam.
Will you bring this statue down?
The Americans brought in a tank recovery vehicle. One over-exuberant Marine couldn't resist a bit of flag-waving patriotism first. The stars and stripes were taken down and replaced by the Iraqi flag. Then the moment of history. Saddam's regime could finally be said to be at an end.
There it goes!
Like American greatness is not just going in and bombing shit. Americans have learned the hard way quite a few times now that you don't just pop off the bad guy. You don't just pop the bad guy's clogs and then walk away, right? There are long-term impacts. There are unintended consequences. There are anticipated consequences. There are power vacuums and geopolitical implications and soft power. It's so fucking stupid. Again, like you forget what happened. Remember what happened after this? Oh yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. Lots of bad happened. Bad. ISIS. Bad. Lots of bad happened. Jesus. Fucking hell. It was a full-on civil war and shit. This was after a full-blown war. The war. How long was America in Iraq? Are we trying to say that, in shock and awe, like Saddam was targeted and they struck what they thought was him right at the beginning, right? As well as 54 other top officials in Iraq, and they missed all their targets. If they'd hit all their targets, do we think that the following few years wouldn't have happened? The civil war, the division of power, the regional conflict, the border insecurities, ISIS, you think none of this would have happened? It didn't take them that long to get rid of Saddam. It took a few months. Same with the Taliban. Even getting rid of the Taliban it was very short. It was a very short campaign to get rid of the Taliban. But I guess Venezuela will just fix itself now, you know. We got the one bad guy. The one bad guy. It would be a really interesting test of great man theory. It would be a good test of great man theory. To see just how much is accomplished by getting rid of the one bad guy. You know, Chavez died and got replaced by someone worse. That person was Maduro. Yeah, fuck. Thoughts? Thank you. Is this just the clip where he's like, it'll be 1-to-1, but this is actually just about Israel? Again, if you think blocking aid for 3 months is the same as them blocking aid from one particular part, one small part of northern Gaza that had mostly been evacuated, and then Kamala saying, stop doing that, and then the United States State Department saying, stop doing that, or we're going to reconsider our entire fucking policy towards Israel, and then Israel's like, okay, let's send some aid in. You think these are the same? 2 weeks without aid and then it getting reversed in one area that's mostly evacuated versus 3 months without aid for the entire strip. He's so retarded. Fuck me. Fucking moron. Anyway, whatever. Now the successor that Maduro wanted is in charge. Yeah, it's his vice president is in charge, yeah. Lonerbox, but do I understand correctly that oil will not go to the US government but to private US oil corporations? What's their plan? Get share? Yeah, probably, yeah. I think that's what it used to be, wasn't it? Before Venezuela nationalized it. But again, like oil is obviously a resource that has a lot of interaction like between government and between state and private, right? Because there's like contracts and stuff like that. So I don't actually know, not for sure. Uh-oh. ContraPoints tweet. Not a goddamn ContraPoints tweet. Hang on. Okay. I hate conspiratorial explanations, but I feel like I have to wonder, is the online left truly organically this stupid, or is it all some kind of Russian op? I don't even need to quote tweet anything. You know what I'm talking about. She's talking about people simping for Maduro, I guess, yeah. To be fair, like I think she seems to oppose the operation. But yeah, my head's getting absolutely fucked by this as well. Like how much I'm thinking about like, oh, Qatari money or Russian money and influence. Oh God. It's just really making me absolutely mauled. It's obviously both. It's both in a very, it's more organic than I think, than people make it out to be. The takes are usually like organic, even if they are foreign influenced, but they're amplified and they're astroturfed by foreign powers. I think that's what happens. There's a very old story from the Soviets from the 80s where there was this conspiracy theory that AIDS was a bioweapon that was designed by the US government, right? To, I don't know, to do what? To kill people, I guess. The AIDS was a US bioweapon, genetically engineered. That was amplified by the Soviet Union. They amplified that conspiracy theory, but it didn't. It originated. It was homegrown. It was from American communists who initially said it, and it was a small claim. But then it was obviously like boosted the fuck by the usual suspects, by the Soviets. So I think that's what they do. They exploit already existing tensions. They don't need to go in and invent new ones. Like there are plenty of rifts already within Western democracies that countries like Qatar or Russia or whoever else can just make very, very good work of. Need a ContraPoints featuring Lonerbox live vid on the online left movement right in my feed. We'll see. Oh yeah, it's Ziana in Replies. Yeah, the musician. Yeah, she's cool. Well, in other news, the protests in Iran have not died down. The protests in Iran have not died down. They're still. Oh yeah, Kyle Kalinske was calling Maduro democratically elected. Yeah, even though he 100% fraudulently stole an election because the real result would have destroyed him. Yeah, whatever. Iran protests are still going strong. Armed clashes, streets are in flames, etc. It's again, I don't know. It's hard to say exactly where that ends because it's an issue that is so close to home for pretty much everyone. Like it's an economic issue. It's economic inflation with a regime that's already deeply unpopular and deeply resented. The Ayatollah will soon be neighbors with Bashar. Don't know. Can I get any videos on this that's not from like Radio Liberty or whatever, any of the recent ones? Is it just that the mainstream media covers it for like the first 72 hours and then they get bored and then it's just a bunch of people who retain interest? Reports of booms around well, at last I saw they were literally attacking government buildings. They were trying to break into government buildings. So it is big. It's big. I really hope they succeed, though. I really hope that that's the end of that fucking dog shit regime. God, can you imagine? Can you imagine if Iran becomes like a normal country? That'd be so crazy. Imagine if Iran just becomes a regular old state. Damn. TYT was blaming Israel. What, for Iran? The protests in Iran? What are you talking about? What? Okay. Mamdani's executive orders. Nah, don't care. Don't care. I know he got rid of the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism or whatever, but and a bunch of other shit, but we'll do that later. Right now, they were accusing the Mossad of encouraging it. Well, again, how stupid do you think Iranians are? How stupid do you think Iranians are that the Mossad puts out like one tweet that says, oh yeah, we stand with you. And then people are like, yeah, let's go. The Mossad's, again, you must hate Iranians. You must think they are the most subhuman, low IQ, inbred fucking mutant retards if you think that. God. Or do we think that they were actually on the ground and like special ops infiltrating the protests and hyping them up and making them violent? There's no one else in Iran that could be making protesters rowdy, you know? There's nothing else about Iran that would make protesters behave like that towards the regime. That's crazy. That's mental. Again, it's just the fact that, dude, what's going to happen next? What is going to happen next with with Venezuela? Trump is already doing mixed messages, right? He said, because I think the first thing I heard was, yeah, we're done. Like, we're so done. Yeah, that's it. We did the job. Now we're finished. Now, good luck, Venezuela. But then he's saying we're going to run the place. Now he's going, doing a bit of a flip-flop over who he even wants to be the leader. And he's talking about taking the oil back, whether it's for the state of, whether it's for America itself or for the oil companies. It's so confusing and confused, which again is because Trump doesn't have a plan. There's no plan. You need a plan. If you're going to do things, especially if you're going to do military things, you need a plan. Humans made fire 350,000 years earlier than previously thought. I am not convinced. Have you seen Twitter.com, mate? Have you seen Twitter.com? X.com? No. No. Oh, there's still actually more. There is more Venezuela shit. I bookmarked a few things. I bookmarked some things. Oh yeah, he threatened Mexico as well.
Trafficking must stop. So was this operation a message that you're sending to Mexico, to Claudia Sheinbaum, the president there?
Well, it wasn't meant to be, and we're very friendly with her. She's a good woman, but the cartels are running Mexico. She's not running Mexico. The cartels are running Mexico. And we could be politically correct and be nice and say, oh, yes, she is. No, she's very, she's very frightened of the cartels. They're running Mexico. And I've asked her numerous times, would you like us to take out the cartels? No, Mr. President. No, please. So we have to do something because we lost.
Not only is Claudia running Mexico, she's also got quite high approval rating, which is more than can be said for Sleepy Donald over here.
The real number is 300,000 people, in my opinion. They like to say 100,000. 100,000 is a lot of people, but the real number is 300,000 people. And we lost it to drugs, and they come in through the southern border, mostly the southern border. Plenty come in through Canada, too, by the way, in case you don't know.
Oh, yeah?
But they come in through the southern border, and something's going to have to be done with Mexico.
Why did you... King...
DGG, what is he saying here?
Must
Invoking Kaya to muster sympathy for Trump's invasion of Venezuela. Venezuelan DGG are here. Hope you guys understand that for most people here in Venezuela, the regime has caused so much suffering. I agree with the people who want to do the right things for your country, and you want things to be done the right way. For Venezuelans, what's the POV? If Maduro stays in power, we are 100% suffering more, and we 100% continue having issues. We are 100% never getting rid of their grasp. For us, just the chance of it getting better is worth it. Whoa. If you were Kaya and you were getting shocked for 28 years, you tried to escape the right way many times, but couldn't. I bet you would be grateful for someone giving you at least a chance. Okay. What's wrong with this message? What's wrong? Again, like, I don't know why you would... I can talk from a distance and say, yeah, people were really happy when Saddam fell, but also, whoa. The point is not to shit on Venezuelans for... being happy that Maduro is gone. The point is to talk about the policy of the United States and to talk about the lack of a long-term plan and the means and even the ends, because the ends don't seem to be a better Venezuela. The ends are American oil. Whatever. Also, this is quite tongue-in-cheek, but okay. Jesus.
And a lot of those Venezuelans, some of them are going to be in the chat today, are going to fucking talk like this is a fantastic moment and Trump is a great liberator. Bitch, he's saying you're a rapist, okay? I need you to understand this. If you are a fucking Venezuelan expat, if you are a Venezuelan refugee living in the United States of America, understand something. He is saying you're a rapist, drug dealer that will get sent to fucking CCOT, okay? It doesn't matter whether you like Maduro or whether you hate the Chavistas or whatever the fuck, okay? He will use you like a pawn, okay? You're like a cum rag. That's it. And a lot of those Venezuelans.
Okay. Listen to this guy, Venezuela. On the other hand, this guy was fucking terrified to speak too harshly about Maduro because his audience is full of people who support him. Well.
White women, white liberal women are one of the most dangerous, if not the most. I think actually, let me just take a step back. Liberal women and these liberal people in general, I think it's primarily women, but it's people in general. There are men that do it also, probably to get the women. They will import over into...
Does it sound actually like Maduro? I don't think I've seen him ever praise Maduro in any way. Like, he probably doesn't like him that much. The problem is that if you have a socialist audience, especially like a campus Marxist-Leninist fucking tanky-ish audience, then you can only really go so hard on someone like Maduro, or same with the Iranian regime as well. It has to be very tepid. It has to be very, like, you criticize them as if they're one of you, right? Like, it has to be very, oh yeah, I've got a lot of issues with some of their domestic policy. Like, same thing he said about Hamas with the protesters, right? He said it was a protest against domestic policy, yeah, because you can't really ever go against them because you have to appease the bunch, otherwise Zay Squirrel will pop off on you.
To the country, every obnoxious terrorist, parasite, criminal, third world piece of trash into our country so they can feel good about themselves. So yeah, they are an existential threat.
Jesus.
They absolutely are. It's definitive. White women, white liberal women are one of
he really does not like women, does he? He's a real women ass hater. He really hates women. God. Colorized Auschwitz footage. Yeah, that looks quite mental. Okay. Nostradamus. Is this for the prediction?
Wait,
Bah!
was this Hasan prediction from Venezuela? This wasn't last night, was it? He wasn't literally like 2 hours off this, was he? This is apparently from a stream yesterday or whatever. 5 hours prior.
Trump expands Latin American posturing. I don't think Trump is gonna, dude. This is gonna be a Russia-Ukraine situation, possibly, but.
You know what? In fairness to Mr. Piker, it's just, I think my take before this was, oh, well, they're building up their military presence within range of Venezuela, the United States is. It's not really enough for a ground invasion, but it's way too many soldiers for just going after cartel boats. So we don't really know what the idea is there. If you had told me they were just going to drop in 20 good men with some rope and come back a few hours later with a captured Maduro, I'd have probably said, yeah, I think that's probably more difficult than it sounds, but oh well. Again, what is this? Oh, this is a pro. I wanted to check these names. I wasn't sure if this was true, but I haven't got around to it yet. Man, Drew fucking Pavlou. Look at this fucking pig-faced retard. I'm so happy that he's actually found some direction in his life. You know, he tried to be a liberal for a while, supporting Ukraine and Hong Kong and shit, but he's just kind of too low IQ to be accepted by any of the liberals. He begged to get on fucking Destiny stream or on the anything else. The Bridges podcast, and they just kept on snubbing him. He tried to get fucking friendly with me and Pisco and all those people, Ethan Clyde, but yeah, he's just kind of realized that he has nothing. He is too fucking stupid, too embarrassing, too uninteresting, and now he's found his way finally in the grifting, migrant bashing, racist right wing, Islam hating. There he is. He's at home. He actually raised money for his court fees, by the way. You know that? The one where he took a bunch of political brochures out to a public mall and a sign with a political slogan on it or a political debate topic on it, and then was told not to do it because he needed a permit. He was told he can go get a permit and come back, and he still kept on doing it. Then he just turned the sign upside down and said, "Well, it's just a blank sign, just a blank sign." What? And they're like, "No, you're literally you're advertising for a political party. What are you doing?" You've got brochures over there. And then you're like, no, it's a blank sign. And then they fine him like $1,000, one for the lack of a permit and two for staying there when he was told to go and get a permit. And then he appealed constantly to the point that he's cost the court like $75,000. And they've obviously charged him $25,000-ish for the court fees. And he's blaming, and he's like gone out there and said, "Oh yeah, I was." So he's telling the public now. He's going, "I was fined $25,000 for protesting with a blank sign," and they've paid him. They've given him the money. The fucking grift. The grift is successful. What a disgusting, fucking useless drain on society of a fucking waste of skin, cunt, man. This guy, I hate him so much, man. God, the lack of self-awareness, like the fucking pomposity. God damn it. USA! Jesus Christ.
USA! USA! USA!
Like he's such a fucking clown, man.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing, So there's some fucking shit for brains like lefty protest here that probably See, I wonder as well what happened before the cut here. See, what happened there in the cut? I wonder what happened before the cut, and then he suddenly gets arrested. That's crazy. It must be that Australia hates free speech. It must be.
Shame on
The thing is, he's probably gonna sue the fucking police for this and fail 50 times and just charge his fucking audience for the court fees and just say I was arrested for supporting liberal democracy. He's such a retard. God, I've never been so disgusted by another man's face before.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Oh, he's upset. They're pulling his arm too hard. Oh, no.
Wait, what are you doing? Okay, I'll stop. Okay, why the stress position? Okay.
Did he just say stress position? Stress position. God, he is actually... Oh, fuck, man. Stress position. Who the actual fuck do you think you are, bro? What the fuck? You think you're in Guantanamo Bay and shit? Dude, a stress position. Drew, as a fellow Jew, this ain't helping. Yeah, me watching Drew anytime on the internet doing anything is a stress position. Holy shit.
I can't? Okay. Well, then I'll go around.
Look at him fucking wincing at his arm and shit. Oh my god. He's sitting there thinking, if only I was Muslim, if only I were Muslim, they'd be treating me to tea and biscuits and a fucking hand job. Oh god. Being raped as we speak. He is actually like if Borat was a real person.
Boys, out of the way. The people walking past. Move out of the way. Move back. People walking past.
Hey, mate. Can I just ask if you're going to take him to Day Street? Sorry? Are you going to take him to Day Street?
I have no idea where he's going.
No idea where he's going. Oh no, the black site. He's going to the black site. The Islamic black site. Run by China.
He's made it out. Look at him.
They legit almost broke my arm. It's actually fucked. It's actually fucking bullshit, man. Like, the way they arrested me was extremely brutal. Fuck communists, man.
This is what you support, you fucking retard. You think law and order should be fucking adamant. You think law and order should be fucking rough around the edges and shit. Like, what the fuck? Assertive. What? Brutal.
Let's get an Uber.
Actual spoiled rotten fucking baby, man. There's something, because I know that for a fact that Drew, obviously, like, he comes from a, like, he's a well-off guy, right? That's why he was able to fucking fail at uni fucking for 7 years and shit before he got his degree. And the fact that his fucking has his dad shouting at him because he's just sitting in his house all day fucking crying on Twitter. Fuck me. Trying to get people to pay attention on him and his failing fucking YouTube channel, and realizing that the only possible way he can have any voice for himself is just to grift endlessly on fucking Twitter to racists and fucking the lowest of the low IQ people living in Western democracies. Like, he's so stupid, man. And it's so disgusting just watching someone like this fucking desperate for attention and this fucking spoiled. Like, God. It just makes me so special circle in hell for this behavior. And again, like we have no idea. The fact that he clipped the footage just before getting arrested as well is so telling of the kind of person that he is. But that's going to be him, his fucking Elon cum feed for the next few weeks, maybe even years. Every debate he has for the next 10 years, he will introduce by talking about this issue, this stress position that he fucking stress position is what they use when they're fucking torturing people or interrogating them. And yeah, God, not a fan then. No, I'm not a fan of Drew Pavlou. And also, if you're the kind of retard who sees me occasionally shitting on fucking Hamas or whatever, and you think this is the same, you should leave as well because you're a stupid person and you don't deserve to be in this community. Fuck off. They're like, every time I fight with Drew Pavlou, there's like one reply guy. I think it's maybe the same person. Just be like, "Oh, I like both of you guys." Like, no, you don't. You're stop. Uh-oh. Taftaj getting slaughtered in the replies. She said, "We love Latinas, problem, liberal, crying, laughing." Yeah, it's a joke, yeah. And then people calling her a pick-me. You hated them 2 days ago. Pick me, Jesus. Jesus. Isn't Taff like 30? It's so over she has to be a pick-me. What the fuck, man? What do you sound like? Go watch fucking... Go watch Asmongold for 24 hours and come back, okay? God. Get out of here. Scum of the earth. Used to have apostate prophet fans in here. Yeah, but we tend to make sure that they don't last long enough. They don't last long enough to become a permanent problem. Because he is very full on. I feel like he's escalated in the last 2 years. I guess a lot of people have. A lot of people have been kind of gradually just kind of brain rotted on so many different issues in the last few years. Can a trans girl be a pick-me? Yeah, they can be, but I don't think Taftaj is a pick-me. I think she's just she gets called that because she is a right-leaning trans person. That's it. And not even that right-leaning, yeah. All right. Did you get the Drew Pavlou court docs? I've got the docs, I just don't have the exhibits. The exhibits, you need a court order for them. So what I'll probably do is now that he's just basically scammed about 25K off of random people on the internet, I mean, they deserve it if they're falling for that shit anyway. I might as well do a little piece on it. Yeah. And if he wants to contest anything I say, he can be the one to get the exhibits released because it's his fucking court case. He can fundraise for it if he wants. But you need a court order to get the exhibits released. Opinion on Gunther. Who the fuck is Gunther? Gunther. Am I supposed to know who Gunther is? Which Gunther? Do you mean Gunter? Eagleman. Fellinger. What? I don't know. He was talking to Drew Pavlou. I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about. Shut up. The barista from Friends. Yeah, I know. I know we have millennials in chat. Yes, I know you guys are. The one where Gunther does wears only one shoe. Okay, sure. I want to browse the tabloids, please. Aren't you a millennial? I'm a millennial who hates millennials. Is that okay? Oh. Asmongold with iDubbbz and Anissa.
Get into a little bit of parasocial behavior, okay? And I apologize. I very rarely do this, but we're going to do it because he loves to talk, and I think this is very annoying. And I want to talk about this, all right? I was talking about this with somebody else, and now I'm going to talk about it. So I think that iDubbbz is actually very much like me. iDubbbz is extremely like I am.
Yeah.
I've met Ian. I've talked to Ian. I've seen his content over the years. Ian is an asshole, but he's also a very passive, live and let live, kind of easygoing guy. He's a very easy, relaxed guy to get along with. This isn't a guy to get stressed out, to get angry. Like, he might get anxious, maybe something like that, but he's not a confrontational, aggressive, hostile person. He's just not. He's not that kind of guy. And so his girlfriend, though, I think absolutely is. And I think that dissonance and that friction between those two personalities, because I can guarantee you that whenever there's a conflict, she's the one getting mad and he's the one saying, like, bro, like, stop, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this, right? And so that's, I think, kind of what happened, is that you do that for long enough and you get into a position where you're basically, mentally held hostage by this. It fucks up their mental state. And if you've ever been in a relationship with a really domineering, aggressive, hostile person like Anissa seems to be, you would know how much that kind of puts your entire mind into like a brain fog. Because it's just so stressful and unsettling and destabilizing and unbalancing that, like, you just, like, you can't.
I don't know if I need psychoanalysis. Oh, no. What is happening with Mizkif now? Is Mizkif actually trying to rebel? He's starting his new OnlyFans. Well, shall I just join Mizkif as a reject? As an OnlyFans reject? I never even applied for this time, to be fair. Who knows? Yeah, I saw this. There was some Ethan Klein fucking iDubbbz text back and forth. Whatever. Don't think I care. Tectone. Oh no. Our favorite fucking Asmon clone. A dangerous man, I've been told. How the hell did the war in Afghanistan go on for 20 years if we handled that shit in Venezuela for 30 minutes? Well, it must be because Trump's a much stronger man. God, he's got Schoenhead correcting him. That must be embarrassing. It wasn't meant to be won. It wasn't even our war to begin with, honestly, but it was the nation building that took 20 years. We hopefully don't have to do any nation building in Venezuela for our sake and theirs. Yeah, like, dude, it didn't take that long to get the Taliban, or to get them out of power in Afghanistan. That wasn't the reason they stayed. Does he think they spent 20 years trying to get rid of the Taliban? Like, he's such a, man, fucking hell. Fuck me, they're so stupid. That's our new generation of political commentators, guys. That's it. Mainstream media invites for Asmongold. Okay. Oh, Venezuela coverage. Oh, these two going back and forth. I think it's so funny that, like, Asmongold doesn't want to debate Hasan, and Hasan doesn't want to debate people like me or Destiny, or he'll only debate Ethan once, I guess, like, and still lose. I love the fucking circular excuses for not debating people.
Writing,
it's so funny. It's not even really circular though. It's just a kind of chain.
Reading. Doing political commentary, working on political campaigns, working with politicians, getting politicians elected, interviewing politicians, advocates, organizers.
It's not even rock, paper, scissors, though. It's like there's a fourth thing. There's like the sensible fucking, like, liberal social democrat people, and people like Asmon or Tectone or Hasan or whoever else just don't want to talk to them ever. It's so fucking stupid.
All of that reduced to a guy who does not shower saying Hasan just simply takes the non-white, non-Western, non-Christian position. Now, you can delude yourself into thinking that this is my analysis.
Hey guys, 1 more hour left on the goal, by the way. 1 more hour left on the goal. Okay, because otherwise I won't get a shower. Fuck. Lexi! Thanks for the $4.99. As a liberal woman, I've only imported a couple thousand illegals. Oh, get those numbers up. Jen Wink, thanks for the $4.99. Persephone, thanks for the $4.99. Did you see the clip of Hasan running defense for Chinese authoritarianism by comparing it to age of consent in America? No, I didn't. But if you have it, you can send it on Discord or DMs, either or. Stream suggestions on Discord is the best place for that kind of stuff. Ninja, thanks for tier 1 sub. It's 6 months now. Celebrating the new year as a 6-month box stock shareholder. Wow, so cool. Whiffer Nubbin, thanks for the $5. Happy New Year. Also weird that foreign nationals are supposed to register the machine guns with the ATF. Seems weird. It's so stupid, man. It's so dumb. Dwayne, thanks for the $5. Esme, thanks to £5. It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. True. ZJM, thanks to $5. And for the one gifty. Wow. Well done, guys. Well done.
But if you're even a little bit intellectually curious, you'll probably come in here and check it out for yourself and realize that that's not the case. Unfortunately,
dude, the projection is so fucking
white,
unreal, man.
non-Western, non-Christian position. Now, you can delude yourself into thinking that this is my analysis, but if you're even a little bit intellectually curious, you'll probably come in here and check it out for yourself and realize that that's not the case.
Yeah, he must think his audience is not intellectually curious, though, because he is so fucking dishonest and shit with dealing with his critics that he will literally he won't even watch a clip of me half the time. He'll see a tweet of the clip, but he won't even turn the clip on because I guess he's maybe afraid that I'm going to say something that he can't fucking tackle by himself on the spot. Or he'll pull up a tweet of mine and argue with it, but he'll only argue with it when he's looking at responses, even if the arguments don't make any sense. Damn. The fuck? I'll donate if you get Dan on stream. I mean, Dan comes in here plenty, so just... I'm not out here fighting for that, though. Where the... Oh, yeah, this... I think this is the last time he spoke about me.
The recent controversy is a troll account that claimed you wore Israeli shoes in a certain community wasted their entire afternoon trying to verify a troll post.
Their entire afternoon. He's looking at Discord DMs for 1 minute. No, 2 minutes. 4:23 to 4:25. It's on the 26th when I'm with my families and we're just watching fucking Home Alone and I'm bored. Like, oh, look. Someone thinks Hasan's got Israeli shoes. Is that true? Dude. This is what you've come to? This is what we've come to now? If you're going to contend with my actual research, you can do that, but you can't. Like, you don't do that. You don't. You make the same excuses to avoid debates that fucking Asmongold makes to avoid debates with you. Whole afternoon. Why are we bringing up fucking Spider? Like a community member who does clips. It's fucking Ogre Boy. And this is, man, it's so fucking pathetic. The reason Ogre Boy did this, by the way, is because I think a couple of days before this post, he came in to fucking argue with me, all coming in hot because he heard some fucking ex-soldier, like a squad commander, like a grunt, basically, coming in and talking about West Bank operations, coming in all fucking hot and steamy, like he had some fucking massive like gaping to deliver, and then he just ends up fucking flattening within a few minutes and then just losing on every other point as well. So I guess after just being caught like 400 miles out of his depth, he needed to, you know, find some fucking hits on me from my Discord or my someone else in my chat. What is it? Spoken like someone with a real political... What am I saying when in response to this chat? I told Spider that you should put out clips. If you're going to be a clips channel, you should attack people even if you don't get likes for it. If it's relevant to shit on Asmongold, even if it doesn't get you likes, you should still do it. What? Not following Ogre Boy. Oh no.
Scroll up already has been discussed. This can't be it. It has a metal buckle with a side tilt. Oh, nice catch. They're pretty popular here, so I'm guessing Burks. So does anyone have a link for the not one? You either find an exact match or no match at all.
Huh. It's almost as if I'm being fair on the point as well. He's such a fucking moron. This is what we're stooping to. Okay. I asked Ogre Boy in DMs about that, about what he meant by that tweet, about what that has to do with my political ideology. Is Spider saying I don't want to post about Asmongold because it doesn't get likes, and me challenging that. I wonder. Yeah, I messaged him about it just to be like, what the fuck did you mean by this? And he's like, oh well, it sounds like you. And he was like, look, he's clearly not even seen the clip, and he was like. He was just being so obtuse that I ended up blocking him. Fuck, mate. I mean, he's like, I guess the Discord's still open. He can still hop on the VC if he wants to talk, but Jesus Christ. How long did you spend on Shoegate? I don't know, like a few minutes. It wasn't that interesting to me. But yes, the fact that I've basically done more like actual research than fucking Hasan and all fucking 20,000 of his fucking gaggle put together on the actual topics, then yeah, every now and then I've got a few minutes spare to look at some to look at some slop. Yeah, sorry, bub. Maybe if you can catch up, maybe if you can even demonstrate a will to catch up, then we'll feel like we're not being as wise with our time. It's sometimes fun to research dumb stuff, though. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. It's fine. It's fine. Meanwhile, let's watch a Bad Empanada video of Lonerbox's fucking leaked DMs. That's the real shit. I wonder if I could do that one, yeah. Every now and then, because I think Hasan's DMs with me are still open. But he doesn't, he doesn't really engage with them because he doesn't really have anything to stand on. I wonder if if it's worth mentioning that I probably spent less time researching Hasan's shoes than he did reading my leaked DMs on his stream. Fuck me. Fucking hell. A whole afternoon. Okay. Ooh, Adam Mockler debating Trumples. Trumpoids. Wait, where was I on the tabloid? We have to go far down. There's a lot that we missed. We missed so much. Trump on Greenland. We saw this.
We need Greenland for national security.
I saw the response. I don't hear what he actually said.
Not for minerals. We have so many sites for minerals and oil and everything. We have more oil than any other country in the world. We need Greenland for national security. And if you take a look at Greenland, you look up and down the coast, you have Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need Greenland for national security.
Again, America has deals with Greenland that they can use for national security. It's a big island, okay? It's not as big as the Mercator projection makes you think it is, but it's big enough that you can have your fucking defenses there without seizing the country. Jesus. Kaya jokes, whatever. Fuck Maduro and fuck Trump from Harry Sisson. Ooh. Wow, low controversy take. That's crazy. I never actually saw the video. I saw the photos of the Maduro arrival.
Left side there's a very somebody being escorted down very slowly and carefully, and it appears that their hands are not free to hold the railing.
Scrum in what looks like maybe a gray or blue sweatshirt. We saw him a little bit earlier on the image that the president posted, blindfolded and handcuffed, and it appears maybe he's.
Is Maduro like a really big guy? Why does he look so much bigger than all the people around him? He looks like those AI memes of the fucking giant tattooed American prisoners in the massive fucking restraints, like breaking their chains. You know, the ones, the guys who are getting sentenced to 7,000 years, and they're like, take these chains off and say that again. Why does he look like that? Fucking main character.
Still blindfolded.
Big strong
in a
man.
gray sweatshirt, which would likely come off as blue, given the daylight scenario, the lack of daylight.
Like the Green Mile.
Over there. Again, Ambassador Bolton, who is behind the push? Who really wanted him out? And then number two, was there ever a plan for day two?
Well, I think the problem in the first term, a lot of the president's senior advisors wanted to work with the opposition to overthrow Maduro, who had stolen the 2018 election in Venezuela, just like he recently stole the 2024 election. Our problem was that trying to
left side.
Damn. I wonder if Trump might interrogate Maduro for his secrets on how to successfully steal an election when you lose. Hasan reacts to Asmongold calling him the Jake Paul of debate and explains why Asmon won't have convo. He's going to do all the reasons that Hasan avoids debates, and he's going to project so fucking hard. Oh, God.
I should just ignore him and he'll go away. Brother, for like the last year, I barely talked about Asmongold. Only as of late have I started talking about him more frequently. And that never really stopped him from demanding that I get deported, demanding that I get arrested, demanding
it's the same thing again. I'm actually, he's more obsessed with me than I am with him, okay? My response is I'm only being responsibly obsessed with her.
The FBI persecute me, prosecute me, all this shit, calling me a fucking terrorist over and over.
Listen, Hasan, you are the Jake Paul of debates. You have no problem gassing yourself up, talking about how much you want to debate me or debate some other, as you like to call them, slop tuber.
Isn't Asmongold avoiding debates with Hasan? What?
She's going to say
But
Destiny.
whenever it comes time to debate Ben Shapiro on capitalism or debate Destiny, for some reason, you don't really have that same attitude.
Why are you such a fucking bad liar, man? Like, you must think your audience are so stupid. You said you dodged it on capitalism. How does he get away with this? He said you didn't want to debate him on capitalism. You said, oh, boring, after telling a bunch of Democrats how they should care more about the working class. What? Oh, God.
To call them slop tuber.
Watch, he's going to say
But
Destiny.
whenever it comes time to debate Ben Shapiro on capitalism or debate Destiny.
He's not interrupting him. He's like registered Ben Shapiro on capitalism. I did want to debate Ben Shapiro, though. On capitalism? No, you didn't. You said no. Why are you such a liar? Why?
Destiny. For some reason,
I
you
do
don't
want
really
to
have
debate
that
Ben
same
Shapiro.
attitude. So I don't really want to hear about, oh yeah, I want to debate you. You're going to come in and be the big guy and everything like that.
I did want to debate Ben Shapiro. Barry Weiss pulled it very publicly. I don't know why. I don't know why you're saying that.
Do you know why it's an intentional lie as well? It's because he's not saying on capitalism. He said no, boring. He said no, boring. He's writing in Asmongold's chat. He said he wanted to talk about Israel, Palestine, or that's it. That's all he cared about. That's all he was confident on. Barry Weiss pulled it. He's fucking typing it in Asmongold's chat. Oh, God.
I did want to debate Ben Shapiro. Barry Weiss pulled it. Because they wanted to debate on something else.
Oh! Barry Weiss publicly said I need to be deplatformed.
Hasan, did you see what I said about that?
And even Asmongold's getting gaslit by him. It's like, no, Hasan was offered to make it about capitalism and socialism, which you had already claimed was like the important thing the Democrats should care about.
I need to be deplatformed.
How can he be confident on IP? Because his position on IP has so much more social gravity right now than Ben Shapiro's does. Ben Shapiro, unfortunately, well, it's not really unfortunately, it's like he deserves it. Ben Shapiro threw his law in with the most bigoted, most fucking deranged, conspiratorial right-wing nutters in America, and now he's realized that, oh, eventually they're going to come for the Jews, and they did. So Ben Shapiro is basically up against the far left, most of the liberals, or all the liberals, and most of the right wing as well on Israel. He's fucked. So I think from a clout perspective, Hasan could literally just go in there, be wrong about absolutely everything, and just walk out clean. Because who the fuck would take Ben Shapiro's side on that?
Because I did cover it. I talked about it. Did you see it? Barry Weiss publicly said I needed to be deplatformed. Yeah, but did you see what I said?
No, I didn't see what the fuck he said. Again, he's only able to talk because he can at least control the narrative a little bit in this circumstance.
That's so familiar, Mr. Piker.
But he can't control it if we're having a back and forth conversation.
Oh.
Even a couple.
I thought debates were only for the skilled rhetoricians and the debate bros. That's why they won, the manipulators. Oh, but now we understand the concept of people being able to weasel in tweet exchanges or Discord exchanges or stream exchanges, but not in an actual conversation. It's almost like you knew all along, and that's why you dodge debates, because you're a fucking bitch.
A couple statements immediately caused him to back away from his initial claims, right? And this is the reason why he wants to control the narrative. He wants to make sure that, like, at most, he will respond to me chatting in his chat. To his audience, he's a coward. I think that there are definitely a lot of people in his audience that will look at this and think Asmongold is being a little cowardly. Is Kai still alive, bro? Show us the shock collar, bro. She's dead. I killed her. And I think there will be some people in there that'll just like engage in self-soothing behavior engage in self-soothing behavior, especially because like the moment that we
Like how
start
he always reminds himself how he's on the right side of history.
talking, if you noticed, he said he agreed with me quite a bit. And that's precisely the problem here. He doesn't want to have a conversation where he will be forced to concede on a lot of the things because a lot of the things that he said about what my positions are wrong. Debate you because you constantly lie. You implied he's a pedophile. What kind of honest conversation do you think he could have? Anyone to expect to have a person like you? This is also the maximum code. When I made a joke about Texas going after any sort of fucking anime in people's hard drives, that was a joke. Everybody understood that to be a joke. Okay. Since then, Asmongold has consistently talked about how I'm a fucking dangerous terrorist that needs to be prosecuted.
It's crazy how fostering uber insular communities becomes the most profitable model for political streamers. It depends on who, though, right? Like, it depends on if debate is your content or not. And yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I don't know why. Right-wingers didn't used to be like this. Right-wingers were always like fucking debate me. And that's why they like Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson and these people who would actually argue and Stephen Crowder changed my mind. But now they've become the same almost. They've become, or even worse. Like now, even the MAGA people, probably because they know that defending MAGA is so fucking impossible if you have any fucking respect for truth and human decency. Even Charlie Kirk, yeah. But on the left, there's always been this kind of aversion to debate because they think it's like, I don't even know, like a bit too like hyper masculine or too fucking combative, or that it's manipulative, and that they prefer kind of like essay style stuff, or like listening to academic lectures and shit. I don't know what, like, at least that's how I used to see it, But yeah, it's weird how like they've both just started making the same excuses.
That's actually real threats, especially at a time when I was under scrutiny by the Department of Homeland Security, for example. There's any sort of reason for Asmongold to think that I won't be courteous to him when I have always been incredibly courteous to him, regardless of whatever the fuck he said about me.
Your admirable charitability is wasted.
To a degree where even my chat yells at me all the fucking time and say, oh my God, why are you being so fucking charitable to Asmongold?
There's that talking point about not debating fascists on principle. Yeah, I know, yeah. But then they just extend that definition of fascist to include everyone from Nick Fuentes to me, right? Or Hutch. So, what would... What would Asmongold do if Trump did what he did in Venezuela weekly?
Like, here's one thing I'm going to say, okay?
What?
Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't do it. Because if you went on Twitter, everybody was saying, this is against international law. You have to wait for Congress. We'll read the Constitution. Oh, you can't just do that. That's illegal. It's a war crime. And you know what Trump did? He just went in there and did it.
Meanwhile, you want to punish every fucking crime with the maximum, like, draconian sentences. What's your solution to illegal immigration? Oh, yeah, deport all of them. Like, what the fuck?
That's it. It's over. Just like what happened with Iran. Remember what happened after Iran? Nothing. Nothing happened. Because the fact is that if you have...
Iran is not the same. Iran was literally playing with fire, that fire being a metaphor for nuclear technology and enriching their uranium beyond points that the IAEA and everyone else was fucking bricking it at what they might be wanting to do with that, and leaving people quite like in between a rock and a hard place where it's like either you bomb these facilities and take out the top scientists, or you just hope that they're memeing and about getting a weapon, and then hope they're memeing about using it. Like, what did Venezuela do that was comparable to that?
Here's the truth. If you have power and you have the ability to exercise that power through force, you are God. That's it. Nobody can tell you no. Nobody can resist you. Nobody can try to hold you accountable. You can do anything and everything that you want. And there's nothing that anybody can do about it. And so always keep
Again,
that.
why does America have this power? Why does America have so much power on the world stage? It's because they do the literal fucking opposite of what everything you advocate for. They take in immigrants, okay? They take in a lot of immigrants to uphold their economy because they realize the economic benefits. They engage in soft power with the rest of the world. They used to do it with USAID, and right all the way up until Trump, they would support smaller countries as they were rebuilding after wars, or they would support countries that were coming out of post-communist world, or they would provide vaccine programs, or they'd provide food kitchens in places where there are famines, like in Sudan. They would engage in soft power. They would make friends around the world. And they did this as well because they had laws and standards. And you would have to convince, like Biden having to convince Congress to go and intervene with whether it was like Bosnia or later on Kosovo. Yeah, America is the country that it is and has the power that it does because they did things differently to what you want. But for some reason, these people see the benefits and the successes of liberal democracy, and they see the biggest, baddest, most powerful fucking economic and military body in the entire fucking world, far above number 2 on all of these fucking metrics. And they want that country to change all of its ways and be more like the countries that are worse off. They want America to be more like the dictatorships. Like, how can he, on one hand, he's literally, again, Asmongold is programmed, right? He's an actual fucking machine. And the problem with the programming is that it's quite primitive, okay? And it's got a lot of fucking gaps and contradictions and holes. Like, he'll talk about how, like with the way he talks about migrants, like he's literally the fucking meme of the guy talking about, oh yeah, these migrants, they're coming in and they're taking all our jobs and they're not even working. They're taking our jobs and they're not working and they can't speak any English, but also they're clever enough to fill out all these forms and scam everyone for all the welfare benefits. Like they're these fucking super migrants. Like they come here, they don't engage with the system and they can't speak English, but also they're all voting in election. It's so fucking stupid. And for some reason, it's only a coincidence, I guess, that all of the most powerful liberal democracies in the world all take in migrants to quite a high degree. And you're, apart from what, Japan, and look at how they're suffering right now. Even their own, even Japan's own leader, by the way, is talking about how their population aging is like an existential issue for the country. Not to mention their economy being so fucking like so much more dependent on deficit spending than like anywhere else in the OECD. But for some reason, he wants to forego all of those things that made America great and make it and more like the countries that he hates. He'll talk about shithole countries in Africa, like Somalia and all that. And then the next minute, he'll be arguing for like really, really draconian sentences for even the most basic crimes because, well, if the punishment is so severe, why would anyone want to do the crime? It's like, really, the logic that is used by all the countries that you despise for being among other things, crime-ridden. It's so stupid. I don't know. He's just out of his fucking mind. He actually responded to me. He responded to me on the WoW take. I didn't see the full stream, though. I only saw this fucking upload by one of his fans. Men like me grinded 200 or 300 when real men like me grinded 200 or 300 hours doing the same quest over 800 times.
So you want the game to be gay because you got exalted with the Winter Spring Frost Sabers and you want this as like revenge. You wasted so much time farming out this shitty mount that you want the entire game to be gay now.
So I could see he doesn't understand. Like he's not connecting with another human being when he's talking. This is just furthering my evidence that he's programmed. He's actually like not a joke, right? Like there's a facility, okay, that Elon Musk owns that he hasn't told anyone about that is creating this new generation of Twitter-fed, Elon Musk's Twitter-fed mouthpieces, and Asmongold is the prototype. And he's obviously, because he's the prototype, it's a little bit primitive technology, so he sometimes replies in a really disorientating and disconnected way. I am talking about how, in response to Asmongold saying that WoW was about orcs and big muscular fucking bloodthirsty fighters killing each other for blood and honor, and it's masculine, and it got ruined when women started playing. And I'm saying that it's always been like that. That WoW has always been kind of feminine as a video game. That mount farming and farming for fabulous fucking gear and farming for items that you don't need but that just make your character look nicer has always been a feature of WoW. You know this because I'm talking about the fucking frost sabers. Really, Asmongold, are you going to tell me that in 2006 or 2005, if you got a winter spring frost saber, that the other players didn't look at you and think, whoa, nice, whoa. Dude, how'd you get that? Whoa, hardcore, yeah, hardcore gamer. They did not think it was gay to farm the fucking winter spring. What are you rewriting history like this for? What the fuck? Yeah, I know people are saying that he used to host what were basically fashion shows. Yeah, that's what people did for their characters, especially before fucking Shadow Panther or whatever else. Like, yeah, people, if you had to choose between two items that are relatively similar, you would choose the one that was prettier. Yeah. But for some reason, he's not engaging with that. And now what was his response to me saying that? Also, I'm being sarcastic about people calling WoW masculine. Fuck. And oh, what? Because you did that, everyone should be like that for revenge. What is this projection? It's not about revenge. It's not that fucking complex, dude. More women are playing video games, and so the people who make the video games are catering a bit more to the women than they used to. That's it. Supply and demand. The fuck. Welcome to capitalism. It's another thing that makes America great. Fuck.
You wasted so much time farming out this shitty mount that you want the entire game to be gay now.
So I could get my fabulous purple mount. I'm really sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but 99% of what people did in WoW was a waste of time. It's a fucking video game. Of course, it is one of the most, WoW Classic and TBC are some of the most grind-intensive MMORPGs that ever went mainstream, okay? It's all a waste of time, buddy. I'm sorry. It's all fucking... There's no meaningful difference between grinding for a better weapon and grinding for a fucking mount that looks nicer. It's all fucking pixels and social credit and having a nice thing to look at, a final product that looks cute. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It was just as practically fast as the other mount that I had, but this one was prettier, and I could ride it with my fabulous female character.
So you played a girl in the... Oh, of course you don't mind it being for fucking... You're playing a girl.
With glow... How many... If that's the case, then most WoW players were okay with it becoming a bit more feminine. Because half the characters you ran into in WoW were girls. But a lot less than half the players were girls. It's almost as if WoW has always been kind of gay. It's always been kind of feminine. Fuck me, man. Also, my main character was a night elf male, like, you know, walking through the beautiful pink fucking trees of Ashenvale, purple and green. He has to be intentionally misunderstanding. I don't know, man. I don't know. No, I think he's been programmed, and he's and there's like the wires are a bit loose. Glowing armor.
Oh my god, bro.
When real men like me grinded. Oh my god, bro. As if this isn't what every fucking prick did on WoW 20 years ago. God, he's rewriting history, man. He's delusional. He's actually fucking delusional. But yeah, that was the lack of engagement there is astonishing. It's so astonishing. Man. Come on, I know I'm not a big deal, okay? Little old me. I just need to sit down with Asmongold for like 15 minutes. Just talk about World of Warcraft and masculinity. And dude, I just need to know what's going on inside that little grape-shaped head of his. I just need to know what's happening. I want to understand. I want to know the activity, dude. He won't talk to Hasan. Do you think he'll ever talk to the person who Hasan won't even play a video of? Well, Asmongold likes my rants against Hasan. He identifies with those. Challenge him. I mean, I've said it now. I don't know if Spider is going to get on the LSF and risk having no likes on his post. You should. You fight for what's right, Spider. Shit. Hang on. Give me this. What was this clip that I saw of, because I know that Asmongold had a big back and forth with Destiny on the, what was it, the voter fraud stuff? The Somali fraud? Where was it? I think it was in Discord as a stream clip, was it? How long ago was it? Ah!
She just interjected.
Fuck! Why do these streams start with them talking? That was weird. Where is Mr. Asmongold? Do I have it here? There's something about him talking about doing no research but still having the most accurate takes. I know it's a spoiler. Where the fuck did he say that? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Was it maybe an LSF clip, or where? Was it on LSF, or he says that all the time? Fuck, I need to find it now. Hang on. It's an LSF clip. Where? Where what? What? Okay. It's probably old though. I feel like I've not been... It's been a while since I streamed last. Live stream fail, please. If I just put in Asmongold accurate, will that come up? Dude, I don't know. What is this? He tries to prove GDP is fake by polling his chat. No! Hang on, what's this? I think it's maybe from this, because yeah, it's when there's like a, I don't know how many reactceptions these guys are doing now, but is it that? Is it this one?
Sure, they might have investigated one case and it was really bad, and so they got rid of it.
I think
but
it was
does
this.
it really matter when you investigate one case when there's 50 cases? No, not really.
50 cases of... There are no new cases, are there? There are not new cases. The daycares weren't even... Because there was fraud, right, with Somalis who were American citizens, but it was under Biden. It was prosecuted under Biden for the election. But that wasn't... I don't even think that was daycare centers. That's like a... But it was some other similar shit. Charities, wasn't it? It was charities. There's 50 more cases. Where are those?
Oh, why say 50, Asmon shit? Why not just say 1,000?
Wow,
or why not say
Asmon
a
shit.
billion?
Not Asmon
There were
shit.
a billion cases that they didn't investigate. What the fuck even is a case? What does case mean?
You want to actually solve the problem.
A food program.
That's the issue, though. And that's, at the end of the day, that's always going to be the issue. And this is why I'm the realest one of all these fucking losers, okay? Because even Asmongold plays this shit up,
It
okay?
was
Not
this.
as bad as...
It wasn't that. It wasn't even that stream. Have they been doing this for like the whole week now? This is like 6 days ago. What the fuck? It's this one.
Fact or stories or anything for anything. Oh my god. DMs, I linked the whole vid.
Oh my god, there's a Lonerbox video.
Absolutely. What is this here? Destiny? Oh, Destiny goes mad at me. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So we don't need evidence or data or fact or stories or anything for anything. Oh my god, King. Yeah, King.
How is it that whenever I don't do all of this evidence and facts and all of this research and everything like this, I still come to conclusions that are more accurate? It's a fucking... Look, okay, he was put on this earth to make people mad, right? Like, look at this face. That's the face like someone who knows what he just said, right? Or it's worse than that, and he's actually so confident in what he just said that he's just giving the gloating face at the end. How is it that whenever I don't do all this evidence and facts and all this research and everything like this, I still come to conclusions that are more accurate.
Fucking hell, man.
Because...
Just quit, man. Just quit. Just give up. Look at that. That's the just give up face, isn't it? Just give up. Just... What's the fucking point, man? Washed by this guy who just rolls out of bed every day, turns on fucking X, loads up some tabs, and just fucking rapid fires for 8 hours, rinse and repeat.
How am I supposed to say seriously to that? It's like a Christian and an atheist, or like a Christian and a Muslim argument, and the Christian's like, well, if you're someone...
Okay. So what's been happening with this? This is from a different stream now. Is this older?
Hasan does, but even Asmongold says, because you don't want to solve problems, because you don't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, we're rich white people who don't give a fuck about what happens to any of this shit. Because it doesn't affect us at the end of the day. Because we're rich, we're going to be rich, and it doesn't matter. Okay? Who cares, right? True, king. Because if you actually wanted to solve some shit, you would actually try to problem solve. You would actually try to figure out what's going on. You would actually try to do an investigation. You would actually try...
Destiny debated Asmon viewers, some of which were acting exactly like him. I guess that's what people would do, right? Like the amount of confidence with which she delivers these takes is really, really jarring to me. I like it.
To get some probable cause, to do an investigation, to get warrants, to indict people in order to actually prosecute crime. But you won't. You're not going to be talking about this in 2 fucking weeks. You're going to move on to another minority group to hate, another trans person to obsess over, or another 32A that should be a 32DDDDD in some new fucking video game that you're probably too fucking shit to play anyway. Like, it's so the rage bait every single fucking day from one retarded take to the next retarded take. It's just unbelievable. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, catch up.
And Hasan had no problem with me saying this exact same thing whenever I was talking about the people that covered up the Epstein files. You remember that? Because I said the same fucking thing. Yes. I said that the people that are covering up the Epstein files, you need to find out, no, not the person that told them, the person that did it. I don't care. Oh, they're a pencil pusher. Oh, it's not fair. Good. Maybe
they overturned the Biden convictions? Maybe they did.
I'll set a fucking example for what it's like.
Like, why are you even pretending to care about the Epstein shit now? We knew that Trump was associated with Epstein before the fucking election, and that didn't sway your opinion whatsoever. Nothing would have swayed your opinion. Nothing would have swayed your opinion.
Whenever you go and you allow this rot to continue. That's it. And average American...
Asmon's mods were banning people posting the invitations to debate. Yeah, I don't understand, though. How is it that the guy who comes to conclusions that are more accurate despite having done no research? How can... I feel like humiliated that I even have to respond to it, that I have to say it, right? I feel like I feel like it's an injustice that I have to just ask the question because I shouldn't have to. But obviously, how do you know it's more accurate if you haven't done the research? Like, I don't even like finishing because I feel like I'm playing a game that I'm not in on. Fuck, Jesus.
Americans are tired of having their country rotted out, looted, pillaged by a bunch of random fucking third worlders, and then asked to apologize.
Third worlders? Like, when I think of... Like, I don't want to be like, I don't want to do just like the personal thing, but dog, you live with cockroaches. It doesn't get much more third world than that. Like, what are we talking about here, bro?
For it, because it's something that happened before we were...
It's worse because like the stuff that Asmongold, everything he advocates for is like third world shit, like draconian criminal justice, even for simple crimes, like petty crimes, like stealing and shit like that. Or leaders who ignore the rules and use and dictate through strength. And, oh yeah, we don't like this law, even if it's our own law. Well, let's just break it. Fuck, you know, the time is rife. Like, video games are just for men, and women go somewhere, like segregating men and women. Dude, it's like he wants all the shit that third world countries want. It's like, dude, it's all the shit that makes a third world country. GDP, what even is that? That was another thing that I saw in LSF, him fucking bitching about GDP. Well, yeah, you know who else doesn't really seem to... Who else gets by with fuck all GDP? Third world countries do. Go there. Fuck. Asmonria law. True. Maduro has pled not guilty. Okay. Sure. Wait, are they filming it? No.
Absolutely. This is outrageous. Yeah, I'm tired of it. Most people are tired of it.
Right.
And I'm also tired of pretending
I'm
that I'm
so
not
right.
tired of it. It's outrageous. Yes, absolutely. And there's another thing too, is that the
True. Yep.
I'm tired of pretending that we don't hate all the fucking immigrants in this country. Like, wow, what?
This doesn't work anymore. Just stop. This isn't even worth responding to.
You said it, you fucking retard, when you said third worlders, because you're incapable of separating out criminals from just people that look like people you don't like. You then use better words, dipshit. Why don't you say what you fucking mean and mean what you fucking say instead of just saying random rage-bait shit for your fucking audience? What do you mean it doesn't work anymore to repeat your own words back to you? We gotta get these third worlds out of here. Most of the people that were indicted on the last Somali shit were Somali Americans. They were American citizens. What are you gonna do? You say deport them back to their country. They're American. What country do you want to deport them to?
You just said it. Somalia. Somaliland. Dude, what if Trump deports a bunch of Somali American citizens and sends them to Somaliland because he thinks that's like Somalia? Like, they're Somalian. They're from Somaliland. Oh, no. Somaliland's first fucking... I know Somaliland has basically been like a de facto independent country since like the fucking 90s, but... as are recognized by one UN member state country, their first challenge is a massive refugee crisis of the whop. It's like 100,000, isn't it? Like there aren't even, how many Somali Americans are there? There's like a couple, 100,000, 200,000. It's fuck all, man. They're not gonna. Yeah, they got bored of Haitians really quickly, didn't they? Baby recognized them. Yes, he did. The boy. Which means Israel recognized them. Hey, what's this? No, wait, that's... Where's the GDP thing? Did I just close that tab? I love that, man. You know, I love this horseshoe theory. I love the populists. What even is GDP anyway? Excuse me while I DoorDash 20 fucking pounds worth of fucking snacks to my to my house. What is GDP anyway? I don't know where... Wasn't there one of Asmongold like polling his chat on GDP? Oh, look at this. No upvotes, 176 comments because it's Asmongold being stupid. Oh, no.
You are using these fake indicators like GDP. You're going to get mad.
Oh, GDP is fake now.
It absolutely is fake, and it's completely fake. It's all fake money. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you.
Oh no, what's he gonna do? I haven't seen this.
So here's a pretty good indicator. Let's look at this right here. Where is last 20?
Wait, what do you like about America? America's the greatest country, okay? But you don't like their laws. You don't like their subscription to international law. You don't like their immigration rates, historically for over 100 years. You don't care for the fact that they have the highest GDP. What the fuck do you like about America? It's because it's all abstract to him, because he just sits there in his fucking little roach cave and just makes all his money sitting there and yapping shit to people. Get all his fucking junk food gets delivered to him. And again, he doesn't understand what kind of economic system has to exist for that to be a possibility for him. He doesn't understand the kind of economic system that has to exist for him to have that many viewers who all have a bit of spare change to donate to him or to give him their fucking Prime subs or subs on Kick, or to allow his internet to be good enough for him to get a good enough PC to even like do the streaming or for the platform. So he doesn't really know or care about any of that, because the outside, because it's all just he's just plugged in. He's just plugged into a fucking machine, man. He doesn't know how it works. Doesn't need to know how it works. He's just the guy. I literally feel like one of those guys who just compares everything to Black Mirror or The Matrix, but like he actually is, dude. He's like those fucking guys in WALL-E that just sit there plugged like, or Black Mirror when they're on the little bicycle and they just keep going to the bicycle and then they make their money and they watch some fucking shit TV, man. But yeah, I guess he just likes America as this kind of like abstract fucking concept, but doesn't actually seem to like anything about what makes America the country that he benefits from living in. He doesn't care. But that's because I guess he just doesn't know, or he doesn't even think about it, because it's all just looking at a fucking screen all day and just getting fed this alternate reality by the fucking Elon Musk Twitter algorithm. Do you think if Asmongold woke up a kilometer away from his own house, he'd probably think he was in a different country. Man. He's like one of those fucking bumpkins who has never left their, like Immanuel Kant, was it the guy who never left his hometown, but has so many fucking opinions about what's going on in the big city or in other countries or with other people. He's like one of those fucking bumpkins who only knows like 150 people, but they know them really, really well, and the rest of the world is just kind of like this weird concept to them. He's like a fucking Sentinelese person, the Sentinelese Islanders. You know, anything unfamiliar comes in and they just start fucking jumping around and flailing, shooting them with bows and arrows. Except it's a paradox because obviously it's a very integrated and very rules-based and very liberal capitalist economy that's done that, obviously, that's allowed him to live like that.
Years. Okay.
Yeah, it is. That's what I mean. Yeah, Kant had a lot of opinions about other people, and they were very bad opinions. Yeah, he taught anthropology, even though he never left his hometown, his little village. He thought blackness spread from the navel after birth. Yeah, he had a lot of... Yeah. What's he going to do? Is he going to ask his chat if that's what's happened to their wealth? Oh no. Do you feel this much happier? Listen, guys, this was 2018. Are you 25% happier? Fuck's sake. What does he do? He's really involved with this, isn't he? What are we doing?
Was your life better in the purple block or the red block?
Oh my God.
Did you have more purchasing power in the purple block or the red block?
Jesus fucking Christ, man. Dude, you're talking to an audience of fucking people. First of all, people who have all the spare time in the world to sit and fucking watch you all day, who have a very specific political ideology and a specific social interaction with you as a person. Fuck, man. Really? You're gonna tell a bunch of fucking millennial fucking losers who are down on their luck and are watching this guy tell them everything that's wrong with America with no fucking research, and this fucking gamer little fake friend that you've got to tell you everything. Supporting Trump, and yeah, really, wow. Can you believe that people look in the past fondly? Oh God, that people are more increasingly anxious about society the more that time that they spend with social media and the more time that they spend getting fed fucking dopamine rage bait, that they become a little bit more, develop a more negative outlook on things. That's so crazy. Almost as if there's kind of a phenomenon going on in society right now, where people look back really fondly on the good times because it's obviously easier to do that from a safe distance, from the distance of separation. You know, there are like people in Eastern Europe who miss the Soviet Union, right? Does not mean the Soviet Union was better. Does not mean that at all. It's called nostalgia. That's why you think that video games got worse in the last 20 years.
Overwhelmingly, everybody's saying purple. That's because basing the GDP off of the human centipede of the 5 most valuable and most profitable tech companies in the country is not a very good indicator for where wealth and consolidation of resources actually is. What about the fact that after COVID, over 90...
Why not look at real wages then? That's true. A GDP can grow, but living standards might not, or definitely not at the same rate. Why not look at real wages? Is it because they is it because they were going up after COVID? Toyota Corolla, thanks to $4.99. Hey, I also have a lot of free time too, but I watch you instead, so I'm better than Asmongold, right? Yeah, 100%. I don't know. I'd like to think that if you have a spare time on your hands and you're going to watch me instead, or you're watching me while you work, at least you're getting like information that has some research behind it. You know, we try a little bit. God.
80% of the GDP growth and the wealth growth went to the top 1%.
Oh.
You're right. The GDP is sorry, I'm right. The GDP is absolutely cut that one wrong. GDP is absolutely.
Oh, what? So what's your opinion on the tax cuts again by Trump? Oh, whose tax cuts were they? Oh, Trump. Oh, they were Trump's. Oh,
not a good indicator of what.
Who did the infrastructure bill? Oh, Biden.
An average person's purchasing power and lifestyle actually is. Back to
So
years
look
ago,
at purchasing power.
for saying the same.
Look at purchasing
Destiny
power.
said the same thing.
And then a second thing that's like peripherally related to this topic that's also weird is economists are having a lot of problems right now trying to figure out why so many people are having such negative opinions on the economy when every economic indicator on broad groups of people is outrageously positive. And it's something that a lot of people, and now a lot of economists, I'm starting to see more articles where economists are like, why do Zoomers feel like they're doing horrible in this economy? Because like their wages have dramatically outpaced inflation.
Why is it that people who do the research are having conclusions that are less accurate? Say it. Say it. Say it.
And I read an article as a person sunk cost fallacy. Destiny's take on the economy makes me want to give him a Diet Coke at a grocery store. Absolutely. Everybody's disagreeing with him in his comment section. Destiny doesn't eat fast food or buy his own groceries. Just look at the fucking prices. Yeah. You just see, this is the thing. It's like but if you look at the graph, look at the graph. I don't need to look at the graph. I went to Wendy's. I went to KFC. This shit's expensive. It's $70 for a bucket of chicken. That's all I need to see.
Where is he paying $70 for a bucket of chicken?
That's it. That's the end of the conversation. Go ahead. Explain it.
They're some of the highest.
Yep. Average wages in America were outpacing inflation. Wages went up as well.
Wage growth people of all time. They're doing better than I think even boomers were doing. Their home ownership rates are on track to pass everybody.
No, not boomers. That's big nostalgia. Don't fuck with my nostalgia. Do the thing. Don't you dare fuck with my 1950s postcard art. You fact liberal. You liberal fuck. Don't you dare. You're telling me that Zoomers are better off than this? Look how blonde she is. Fuck me.
Already are ahead of, I think, Gen Xers and millennials, because millennials enter the housing market post-crash and everything. Like, when you look at like all of the indicators, all of the wage growth, all of the like educational achievement, like all of these things for
Chat, it's the first goal of the year, please. Well, we have six more super chats in 10 minutes, guys. Is it possible? 5 more. Dwayne. Hell yeah. Don't embarrass me. Don't embarrass me on my first stream of the year.
For Gen Z, they're really good. And for a lot of the economy broadly, they're actually pretty good. But people's economic outlooks, their feelings when you pull them are horrible. People feel like everything is horrible. But you cannot find anything in any of the data to say, like, why do people feel like shit is so
So this is the mind. So then your conclusion for this is that all of the people are wrong and these experts are right? Why would you think that?
It's like, take a few other things as well. Just to name one, Asmongold's a gamer, right? I remember every other video game in the shop when I was about 12 years old was £40. You know how much they are now? For like Elden Ring, £40 ish. It's not that fucking different. It's just, and obviously the wage has gone up a lot more than that. Like inflation's gone up. So, God.
Like, it's just, why would you ever think that? It's the like, this is, you're not thinking, like, bro, you got to think for yourself, man.
Elden Ring was 80 on release. Was it? Why is it? Wait, was it? Oh, is it because it's old? I wonder. Does that mean it's gone like way past inflation or what? It's hard to tell because it's not like. Are you sure it was 80 pounds or $80? 60 to 80. Okay, well, let's see. How much was Elden Ring on release pounds? No, it was 50 pounds on release. I should know. I fucking bought it. Fuck off. It was about 50. Okay? Stop fucking with me.
Think for yourself. Destiny needs to go to Taco Bell and try to order a Mexican fucking pizza. Shit's crazy expensive. Like I go to Panda Express, it's like $19.
Whereas like a fucking Royale meal, okay, was about £3 when I was in school, and now it's like 8 or 7. So yeah, some things have obviously changed a lot more dramatically than others in terms of pricing. It's not surprising though that maybe even in material terms, Asmongold's audience might very well be worse off now than they were in 2017, but that's probably because he is selecting, like his audience would be naturally selecting for people who are kind of down on their luck and want someone to blame. Like those are the best people to recruit for the fucking MAGA hate train. People who are doing all right, or people who were kind of like maybe studying or working at a lower level in 2017, but now they've worked their way up and they've gained some skills and they've got an increased salary. These people are probably less likely to want to fucking blame all the migrants for their problems, unfortunately. Even that's not necessarily always true, because I think the median income of Trump voters was higher than they were for Hillary, but yeah. Because Asmongold's audience, yeah, the people who were at school when they were 17 and mum and dad, like fucking mum and dad was paying for everything. And now that they've left school and they have to work a minimum wage job and do their own laundry and wash their own dishes and make their own food or order their own food, and now they can't handle their finances. Yeah, they feel worse off. It's such a stupid, like there's so many things that would go into whether or not someone's personal income or anything like that is going up or down in the space of 7 years. Subscribe, you fucking assholes. I mean, sorry.